right, welcome to our special meeting of the Worcester City Schools Board of Education on July 7th, 2022. Yeah. Karen. Would you call the roll? So Amy, call the roll.
Mrs. Schatz?
Here.
Dr. Knappich?
Here.
Mrs. Herman?
Here.
Mrs. Starcher?
Here.
And Mr. Kuzma?
Here.
Right. Moving on to new business. We have a consent agenda for the superintendent, so I need a motion to approve.
So moved.
Second.
All right.
All right, thank you. Well, first, appreciate everybody being able to attend today. As we talked about last week on our Zoom board meeting, the purpose of this maybe doesn't happen every year, but a lot of years it does, is in education after July 10th, it's harder to have employees that are already supposed to work in another district. If we felt that they were good for us for maybe a promotion or things like that, they may not be permitted to come because you have a right after July 10th to keep them in their district. So we couldn't wait till the July 26th board meeting to have a consent agenda for employment, and that's really our purpose today. So just I'll go through that a little bit with you, and then I'll allow you to make a motion and go from there. So resignation-wise, we did have one more resignation on the certified come in, and we're sad to see Mrs. Freeday leave. She's an art teacher at the middle school, does a great job. However, I totally understand why she is leaving. She got a art teaching position at her alma mater. So she's going down to Canton South to be an art teacher there, so we wish her the best.
So that's both our teachers. at the
Yeah, so,
school, right?
Brian's working on that, and I guess it's an opportunity. If people are interested in an art position in our district, we would, really encourage them.
Is there a
to
high
reach
demand
out.
for that?
Well, right, we have a high demand, we have two positions.
Or a high,
Supply?
Supply.
At this time of year, it's not as, there's not as many candidates, but we're hoping we can still really get some good ones. So one is at the high school and one is at Edgewood, so definitely.
Do they know down at the art center that we have
I
those
was just gonna
positions
say.
available?
that, I can't answer that, I don't know.
Yeah.
We definitely reach out.
I can reach out, or it
That would be
probably, one of us could reach out and let them know. Probably would be better coming from you.
It's good.
But I know that there are art certified people down there.
Okay, I'll get their contacts on you.
Great. On the hiring side, you'll notice a few, as we definitely had kind of a busy week here. Kylie McMichael will be a homebound intervention specialist. She currently is a classified, was a member of she was a paraprofessional, has her teaching license, and so she's moving over to the teaching side.
Yeah.
And homebound, what that really means is we have some students that are served by us. They are not served by a third party, but they don't come to school for maybe medical reasons or other things. She will provide their special education services. She also will, write IEPs for out-of-district placements and things like that. It's a position that is kind of a need every year for a variety of reasons. 3 elementary teacher candidates here. Jacqueline Shondell, Kathleen Dazel, and Marissa Bowers. Shondell's position is truly a permanent position as it's replacing Katie Kirkpatrick, who resigned to, I think, go to the beach to teacher. And the other 2 positions are full-year contract subs. So again, reminder to the community, that is a position that is full year. It's a full teaching responsibility, pay, union, load, all of that. The difference is that we don't, at this point, the positions are still held for the current teachers. So Ms. Dazel will be for Mrs. Roscoe, and Ms. Bowers will be for Duffley's. And so we're taking a full FMLA off. Okay. On the classified side, just one, we have a FMLA leave for Laura Fox, but we do have several hires here on the classified side as well. A couple substitute, one van driver, custodian. Also, some of these are like Shaniqua Scott and Krista. Those are technically transfers, meaning that they already were employees. We've lately have not been putting those on the agenda just to keep things simple, and we still don't. The reason these are on the agenda is because they are moving from non provided positions to insurance provided. So even though technically they're still union, there's not much of a difference, just to memorialize that, we put them on the agenda. So that's when you start seeing, the only time you're gonna see transfers on the agenda moving forward are when there's something like that occurs, okay? We got a new student supervision aide, Mr. Sanders, and a couple other substitute, for the summer, and again, just the help in the summer has been, really valuable. So that is my consent agenda for you today. The other one, I left it because I wanted to mention it specifically because she's here with us, is Miss Davis, Margaret Davis, is being recommended as the assistant principal at Worcester High School. So this is the position vacated by Mr. Yoder. And so this will add a fourth administrator to Worcester High School. We really feel that in the past there was an administrative intern for many years at Worcester High School, and there was kind of different people in those positions that oftentimes moved on to other positions in our district. And we kind of went a route where we kind of felt like we would like it to be a little bit more permanent. Of course, this may not be the last administrative position that Ms. Davis has in her career, based on what I think her abilities are and interests long term. But I think it's a great place for her, and we're really excited to have her. Ms. Davis is from West Holmes, lives here in Worcester, but has been a math teacher at West Holmes, and so we kind of think that content knowledge, along with the other three at the high school, that kind of their strengths, I think it's going to be a great team. So excited to have her and appreciate her coming today.
So Gabe, with addition of Ms. Davis, are the assistant principal responsibilities being reorganized at all?
So a little bit. So basically, what happens in terms of maybe grade level or what responsibility or who they would evaluate. There's some flexibility there that Mr. Musser, I think, I'm assuming will have some input in as he kind of decides what to do for the year. So for example, with Margaret's kind of math knowledge, I wouldn't be surprised if she's involved more in the math department, where Joe and Nate were both SPED teachers, so that might be if somebody will take on attendance, it might be Margaret, it might be one of them. I think there's so much newness to that team. We'll still work some of those things out as we move forward. But I think what from the staff standpoint is what we're going to try to do is by the first day they're going to know who they report to, who's going to be in charge of what. But I had a meeting with Mr. Musser yesterday, and Brian did as well today. And so I think he's still thinking through a lot of things.
Is he on the clock already?
He is. So
Yeah.
he's doing his consulting days. So he's working, this week all week for us. Next week, a couple days, and then on the 21st he's going to start being here every day. He's moving in, and we've got office space now for Margaret there at the high school as well. So it's exciting. And from an administrative standpoint, if you think about what we've done in the past year in the shuffle, really Margaret was the last piece, yeah. And everybody's kind of in a permanent position at this point that I feel meets their strengths, and we've added some strong outside candidates, and so I'm looking forward to our administrative team being able to support our staff and students really well this year.
Well, it's exciting, to give Scott that kind of latitude as he forms his team and divides up. I mean, I think it's going to be a breath of fresh air for the staff. They've got the new contract, they've got new administrators, they've got enough experienced administrators. They've got Nate, who is that consistency throughout. Joe's got a year under his belt, plus he was already known to the team, and to the staff. I hope they can enter the year with a real sense of optimism and teamwork.
Yeah.
That would be my hope.
And for hopefully a feeling of consistency.
Right.
Because it's
Right.
definitely been, they've had
Well,
high school
just so
specific.
that the high school, the boat's been rocking for a while. So this really is good news. So,
Any other questions?
any other comments, questions? Okay, we'll call for the vote.
Mr. Guzman?
Yes.
Mrs. Herman?
Yes.
Mrs. Starcher? Yes. Mrs. Shantz?
Yes.
Dr. Knappich?
Yes.
Right. You have no need to.
Well,
Go into executive
if
session.
everybody has a few minutes, I wouldn't mind taking about 10 minutes here for two quick items. They would be related to, one would be personnel, so that when you think about your say. Option one is personnel promotion, termination of
Yeah.
employee, and the second would be acquisition, sale of land.
Okay, so we will go into executive session. No action will
No
be
action.
taken in the session, so we will dismiss from executive session this is for information.
I make a motion to go into an executive session.
And we need a second?
Second?
All right. Call the roll?
Mrs. Herman?
Yes.
Mrs. Starcher?
Yes.
Mrs. Shantz?
Yes.
Dr. Knappich?
Yes.
Mr. Kriesman?
Yes.
All right. So thank you for your attention.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, everybody.